I'm Natalie MacNeil, and you are watching She Takes on the World TV, your weekly dose of soaring inspiration and practical advice for your business and your life. Today, I'm actually taking a viewer's question about short-term marketing strategies that will drive results. Here's the question. How does an emerging entrepreneur identify the best marketing strategies for short-term results? For example, I see blogging and list building as long-term focused, but how do I make a big short-term impact? Most of the strategies I can think of cost little to no money at all, so my only true constraint is time, since there are only 24 hours in a day. Great question. Now, when I was starting out, I would get very frustrated that things just weren't growing fast enough. And I was blogging, I was sending mailouts to my list pretty regularly, but it felt like things were moving along too slowly. And the key is that you should always be consistent. And when I started noticing a lot of growth, it was when I was being really consistent about when I was publishing and how often I was doing it. So make sure that you're being consistent, and you're right, over time you are going to start seeing those results. Now, here's where I want to challenge you a little bit though. Yes, there are a lot of things that you can do that cost little to no money whatsoever. However, there is a lot of impact that you can make by investing in doing some marketing, by buying some advertisements. And if you want to grow and make an impact quicker, you're gonna want to spend some money on advertising and growing your community faster than you could if you were just doing the free stuff, like consistently updating social media, blogging, sending mailouts to a list, and providing a ton of free value. So I want you to think of some outlets that you would be able to advertise on. Think Google AdWords, Facebook, maybe StumbleUpon, maybe Bing and Yahoo as well. If you want to do video content, you can also use YouTube. Now, before you start going crazy with spending money on advertising, make sure you've created a product. And this is a mistake that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make. You can't just have a website or just have a blog. You absolutely have to have a product that you're selling as well. So before you invest money in advertising, make sure that you've created a product that you'll be able to advertise so that you're making a return on that investment for the money that you're spending. A rule of thumb I go by for my own product launches is to spend about 20% of what I want to earn on the product on its launch, including advertising. So for example, if I want a product to bring in $50,000, I'm gonna have to be willing to spend about $10,000 launching that product and doing ad buys. So one of the things that I would also recommend for you is to consider hiring somebody to do this for you if it feels like that would be overwhelming or you don't have experience with advertising already, especially for platforms like Google AdWords, which can be a little more complex, whereas something like Facebook, you could probably figure out how to do it on your own, but a pro can probably help you get more bang for your buck. So keep that in mind too. So this week's actionable is for you to look at your budget and come up with a 3-month advertising plan. And you can start with as little as $100 a month on Facebook, which I've seen work well for people that I've worked with, and you can go up from there. If you can afford more, then spend a little more. But that money is going to help you create a much bigger impact sooner and will be very good for the short-term results that you're craving right now. If you liked this episode of She Takes on the World TV, I would love for you to share it with your friends and subscribe here on YouTube. I'd also love to hear from you in a comment below how your own advertising is working out and where you're spending your ad dollars to drive results. I will see you in the next episode of She Takes on the World TV. And in the meantime, I would love for you to come on over to shetakesontheworld.com, where I've got a whole lot more waiting for you there, including my free Conquer course. So thanks so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time on She Takes on the World TV. A reward goal is when you give yourself some sort of incentive to work towards when you achieve a goal. So for example, my big Conquer Club launch came with the reward of getting to go to Bali for a little meditation and yoga retreat.